Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Human Rights Watch has accused Russia and Syria of using cluster bombs at least 20 times in the last few months. The weapons are banned in more than 10 countries, though not by Moscow or Damascus. In the meantime, the number of people killed in repeated airstrikes on the Syrian city of Idlib yesterday has now risen to over 70. A warning: the pictures at the start of Jonathan Rugman's report are distressing, as they were filmed just after yesterday's attack.
He's staggering amid the rubble, but this lawyer has survived an airstrike blamed here on the Russians. A lawyer still wearing his court robes when the bombs fell yesterday. 6 airstrikes on the centre of Idlib, killing some 70 people and injuring over 150 more. Just when Syrians think this war couldn't get any worse after almost 5 years, then it does. And for those of us watching this, it has lost none of its power to shock. A boy called Ali is trapped right up to his neck. "It's me, Abdul Halid," says his rescuer. "We're friends now, don't worry." And eventually, the teenager is pulled free. A small miracle in a country where hundreds of civilians have been reported killed since Russian airstrikes began 11 weeks ago. This town controlled not by so-called Islamic State, but by a coalition of other Islamist groups. We can't verify these pictures, but they appear to show a cluster bomb attack south of the same town in October.
Allahu Akbar.
Like yesterday's strikes, we can't be sure if this carpet bombing is Russian or Syrian. But Human Rights Watch said today that these bombs, made in either Russia or the former USSR, have been used at least 20 times in the last few months, despite an international ban. Yet last Friday, the Russians signed up to a UN resolution demanding an end to attacks on civilians. And Western diplomats are so keen to bring Moscow on side that any criticism is now muted in public.
There are still some issues that we're trying to work through, and one of them is the percentage of the Russian strikes that are actually going after the opposition versus Daesh. And so we're trying to work on that. But if 80% are hitting opposition rather than hitting Daesh, it's a challenge, and we're trying to resolve that so that we can cooperate.
This was another attack, allegedly including cluster bombs, in a rebel-held suburb of Damascus last week. Though Syrian troops have taken back remarkably little ground since these airstrikes intensified. Human Rights Watch has corroborated reports that 2 schools were hit, killing 8 children and 2 teachers. And so amid talk of a peace process, the devastation continues. Over 250,000 dead now, and counting.
Jonathan Rugman with